So, you want to start an interior design course or an interior design career, but don't know where to begin. One person tells you all you need to know is color theory. Another tells you that all you need to know how to do is design your own space beautifully. And all you want someone to give you is a step-by-step guide on how to begin your career. Well, you're in luck. That's what I'm here to teach you today. So grab a pen, grab paper, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and let's dive in. Hi, my name is Tiana. I have been an interior designer for 15 years, and here are 5 steps that I will advise anyone who is just starting out to take. Number 1, have a reason. It's very important that you have a reason because at some point, it's no longer a hobby. It becomes a business. You have to deal with artisans, you have to deal with clients, you have to deal with accounting. People start to trust you with their money. Let me give you a bit of a backstory about my own reason. When I was growing up as a teenager, my parents were avid readers. However, the problem was my parents were hoarders. These books were everywhere. They never borrowed. They were never borrowed. They were never given out. Even if you had to borrow the book, you definitely have to return it. My notebooks to school were wrapped in newspapers. And that's because my siblings, I would definitely have to pass the books down to my siblings. My mom will cover these books in newspapers and then write my name on top of the newspaper cover instead of the main book itself. So that when my sibling comes into that class or starts that class, all she needs to do is remove the newspaper and put another newspaper on the book and then write my sibling's name. And that used to drive me insane. Not the wrapping of the book, but the fact that we had newspapers everywhere in the house. Whenever my friends come over, I'll just have to sort of manage them in a way. I'll just put them in a corner. If I had to stack them up, they would sometimes be as high as me. However, it was driving me insane. They had their reasons and they were doing the best they could, but it really drove me insane. And I promised myself that my house would never look like that. So I always credit my mother with the reason why I started interior designing. One day when I was in school in the university, a lady was sitting right next to me. She was holding up an interior design magazine. I just took a peek into the magazine and I had never seen a house that looked that well decorated. It blew my mind. It was like a light bulb went off in my head. Like, oh my God, there are houses that literally look like this. I could not believe it. That was my reason. And whenever I'm decorating, at the back of my mind, I hold on to that reason. I never want anyone's house to look like my mom's house when I was growing up. My mom's house is no longer the same because she has an interior designer as a daughter. That's my reason. Number 2, attend an interior design school or take an interior design or decoration course. Platforms like Udemy, Coursera, Skillshare, they offer these courses that you can take. I'll put a link down below. The most important thing for me is that you pay attention to these courses. Take them seriously. Not because it's on an online platform and then you feel like, oh, well, I can attend to it whenever I like. Take it as seriously as a 9-to-5 job because at the end of the day, this will become your life. It's important that you take them seriously. Dedicate a time for it, dedicate a day, and you decide that on a particular time, on a particular day, all I would do is focus on these courses. Number 3, intern with an experienced interior designer or a design firm. I don't care how old you are. Age is just a number. As long as the person or the principal interior designer is well experienced, intern under them. If you have to do it for free, do it for free. At the time when I first started, what I did was I wrote a list of all the interior design firms in my town at the time. But forget LinkedIn for now. Forget Instagram. Forget sending emails. What I want you to do is write a list of all the interior design firms in your city. Visit these interior design firms. Sometimes you don't even need to call them. Show up. How I started my career was just like that. There was a time I went to a particular interior design firm, and the principal interior designer told me that I am not, these were his words, come back to us when you're much older. I was in my 20s. That did not stop me. I went to another interior design firm. It was at another interior design firm that the principal designer said, wow, I think Mrs. K needs an assistant. And right there and then, he called up Mrs. K and she was like, oh, please send her over. I got Mrs. K's number and I went over to her office. Literally, that was how I started. At the time, I did not even care whether I was going to get paid. I wasn't bothered about that. That was the least of my worries. It was important to me that I got my experience. Experience is key. Going to an interior design school or studying an interior design on an interior design platform, that's just one third of the pie. You literally have to translate what you learned into the real world, and they're completely different. The real world is very different from what is taught in school. However, the fundamentals of what's taught in the school is very, very important. This is how you're able to translate what is taught to you in school or what is taught to you on the online platform. You're able to translate some and all of that information into the real world. Number four, offer value. Offer knowledge beyond just watching what's done at the firm. Offer knowledge beyond watching what's done by the principal designer. If you know how to handle social media platforms, offer that value. For example, if the interior design firm or the principal designer that you're working with does not have a TikTok account or does not have an Instagram account, which I don't think is possible, but even if they don't have a particular social media platform, offer value and open that platform in the name of the company you're working with. Give them the password or ask the principal designer to open the platform for you and handle the social media platform for them. At the time when I was working with the principal designer that I was working with, I knew how to make candles. I still know how to make candles. And I offered that value. We used to attend exhibitions, we used to attend fairs. And one thing I noticed was whenever clients came to the exhibitions and purchased furniture, they could not take that furniture home at the time because, with an interior design exhibition, everything there is completely staged. So we would tell them we would deliver the furniture to you at a later date. I just thought to myself, how about making these candles and selling them at the exhibition so that whenever clients purchase furniture, whatever they purchase at the fair that cannot be taken away, at least they will be able to take these candles to their home and they will feel like they were able to purchase something at the fair. Believe this, we always sell out. We sold out all the candles every time at the fair. That's how I was able to offer value to the interior design firm that I was working with. Number five, attend interior design exhibitions and fairs. Attend interior design networking events. As a beginner, it's important that you put yourself out there and let people know that, hey, I am here. Hey, I have arrived. And when you attend these exhibitions, when you attend these fairs, have an open mind because it's at these fairs and at these exhibitions that you know what's trending in the industry. You are able to meet other experienced interior designers. So it's important that you go with a list of expectations, a list of questions that you are going to ask these interior designers. Attend interior design classes as well. For example, Luxidos Design, an interior design firm, they offer mood board classes, like a masterclass for interior designers. Attend classes like that. These will help brush up your experience. Number six, learn an interior design 3D modeling software. Modeling softwares like 3D Max, Revit, SketchUp, ArchiCAD. These are important skills that you need to have as an interior designer because that's the only way that you can pour out the ideas in your mind onto paper or onto a screen. I know now that there are AIs everywhere. However, AIs have limits. If you're thinking of an idea, a fresh idea, I can promise you that no AI in this world has ever been able to come up with that idea. You need a platform where you can pour out these ideas into, and these are what these softwares offer to you. If you're into furniture making or you're more interested in furniture making, it's a good thing to learn SketchUp. It's a powerful, powerful tool. You're able to use this to bring out whatever ideas you're thinking, and whoever is going to create that furniture for you has a visual representation of what's going on in your mind. And finally, when you're leaving the interior designer or the interior design firm that you're interning with, leave with dignity. It's very important. Don't burn bridges because these are people that can represent mentors to you in the future. I wish you the very best. Good luck.